Welcome to Excel with Chris, the one-stop channel on YouTube for all your Excel requirements. Today in this video I am going to look at basic print settings as well as saving your Excel file to your hard drive. I would appreciate if you can press the subscribe button, the little bell next to it, and as well as the thumbs up. Let's have a look at the spreadsheet in front of us. We have data or regional data. We've got names at the top, we've got region, we've got name, office, employee number, department, and salary. What I would like to do with this basic printing is to print only the data for this East region. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the data that I want to print on screen. So I select the actual data. I will then go to File. I will then go to Print. Let's have a look at the layout of the screen. The first thing I would do is I would select the printer. So you've got a list here. If you've got more than one printer connected to your computer, you can select the printer that you want to use. I'm going to use this specific printer. On the right hand side of the screen you can see a layout of what you are going to print. It gives you a preview. You can see, although I've selected only the East region in the data, I still find the East, the North, the South, and the West data in the My Print preview. You will also notice at the bottom that my printing goes across 2 pages from left to right. If I click the arrow at the bottom, you will see the data that will be printed on the second page. Now I want to prevent that from happening. I want only the East data printed on one sheet of paper. Now let's look at the print settings and how we can change those print settings. First of all, and most probably the most important selection, is this one which says print the active sheet. That means I want to print everything, the whole sheet in Excel. If I drop down, I will then select only print the selection. Immediately you can see on the print preview that I only find the East region. So we're almost there, but at the bottom I'm still going from page 1 to 2. So I want to force my print onto one page. The next thing I would click is the no scaling button at the bottom, and there would be an option to fit the sheet on one page. Now look at the preview. As soon as I select that, it prints everything on one page, and at the bottom you can see one on one. Perfect. Those are the basic and most important print settings. So it's the actual printer, it's the print selection, and the fit sheet on one page. One last thing that you will find on the print preview page is in the right bottom corner, these 2 little buttons. This will show the borders of the printing on screen. If you want to change that, you can just click the margin or the border button and the borders will appear in your print preview. As I move my mouse to the sides, you will see I can actually move them and change the borders. I can also do the same at the top, or bring it in if I want to, or out if I want to change the margins or borders. Guys, at the end of this video you will also find a link to a webinar that I have recorded with my 5 top tips or uses for Excel. Once you reach the end of the video, click on the link and go and have a look at that webinar. It's a great one. It will show you 5 amazing uses in Excel. If I go back to my sheet, the next thing I would like to do is save my file. This is an easy one. Once again, only the basics again. I would go to File, and you will have an option to save or save as. I prefer using save as because that always gives you an option to select where you want to save the file and the file name you want to use. So I click on save as, I click on the browse button to specify where I want to save the file, and I would most probably like to save it in my documents section. In this little box I will type the name. I'm going to use the name that I've already typed in previously, and you just click the save button. So I've specified where I want to save it, the file name, and save. It saves the file, and at the top of the screen you can see the file name and that it has been saved. One last thing on the printing side is if you're going to send this file to someone and the data is confidential, you don't want to allow them to change the content, it might be a good idea to save the file as a PDF file and then send that to the client or your colleague. So how do I save a file as a PDF file? I go to File again, I go to Save As, I go to Browse. Once again I select where I want to save the file, let's say in Documents. I click, I specify the file name, and then there's a drop down I can use. If I click on the drop down, I can specify to save it as a PDF file. As soon as I click that, it's going to change the extension of the file. You can see the last 3 characters is now a PDF, and I can just say or click on the save button, and it now saved the file as a PDF. And that is a more secure way of sending a file, so people cannot change the content of the actual file. And don't forget to watch these 2 amazing extra videos with the links on the screen. Enjoy!